Hi guys, this is Heather with Stealing Hearts Homestead. I am out here at my property and I have someone with a dozer coming out to do some land clearing. So I am super excited to see what this is going to look like at the end of the day. Was told it's probably going to be about 5 hours of work and he's charging me $100 an hour. So super excited. We are going to go back this way a little bit. Do a driveway back and then put the property. So he's gonna make enough space for my camper, 2 dog runs, and enough space for a truck to turn around in because I do want to get some shipping containers delivered out here. So it definitely has to be enough space for those semis to turn around after they deliver the container. So let's take a walk out here. I'm gonna have to bob and weave through all of these mesquite trees. They look like little tiny bushes, but they grow up to be trees with thorns. And I have to be careful where I stand or walk because these thorns will go through my tennis shoes without any problem. So we're gonna make the driveway come out this way. And then we're gonna be a good distance away from the cul-de-sac. I really didn't want to be too close to the road. So we're making it a good distance away from the road. The guy's $100 an hour. I was able to find people that were like $55 an hour, but they had smaller equipment. So in order to get these little mesquite trees out, it's a horrible ordeal. Apparently the roots spread out really wide and they also go really deep. So even though I could find someone to do the work cheaper, it would have taken them longer to do the work. So this, even though it's a little bit more expensive, is only going to take about 5 hours. So it's not going to cost me near as much as having somebody come out days at a time to dig around these little mesquite trees and then yank them up, because a backhoe would have to dig around the mesquite tree and then yank it up by the root, and that would be a lot of work because I don't know if you can see, there are little mesquite tree type bushes everywhere out here, so it would have taken forever. So I'm about where we are going to make the clearing for the property. So I'll show you that. So this is going to be where the clearing is going to be for the RV and the dog runs. It's already a semi-clear back here, so it's not going to take too terribly long. And then my car is off in the distance, so we're a good ways away from the car, sitting back a little bit. I did not want the property to be right at the cul-de-sac. I wanted it to sit back a little ways, so that way I could have some privacy. So back here, I'll definitely have some privacy. I have these really thick trees back here, or the mesquite trees get very thick the further back you go. I'm not entirely sure how much of the space he's going to clear out in the 5 hours. He has a dozer, so he's going to be able to get a lot done. But I've pretty much given him creative ability, we'll say, I can't think of a better word, to mark out where the corners of the area is going to be, because I didn't put stakes down. So if I had put stakes down, then he would definitely follow my path, but I didn't do that. I came out this morning and met him here at 9 o'clock, and we basically kind of went over what I envisioned for the area that we're going to be clearing, so that we were on the same page. And then he doesn't have to worry about being exactly within the lines, make it a little bit easier for him. And I'm very terrible at planning. Like, once I have the space cleared out, I'll be able to plan in my mind a lot easier. But since the property is not fenced, I'm also kind of relying on his knowledge of where my property lines are in order to make this work. He does a lot of clearing out here and maintaining the roads, so he's very familiar with how the properties are laid out. And I did send him a map of the parcel as well to show him kind of where the corners are, which apparently he already knows, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna come out here a little bit later. I'm gonna go to lunch, and the closest place to have lunch is about 45 minutes away, so I'll be able to waste a few hours and then come back out and see what's been done. I'm super excited to get out here and see the leveled land and plan where I'm gonna put the camper, plan where I'm gonna put the fence for the dogs and things like that. I have some spray paint in my car, so I think I'll go ahead and just mark things out that way, just to make it a little bit easier for me. So I'm waiting for him to show up. He told me he was about 20 to 30 minutes away about 15 minutes ago, so anytime now he should be here. He's driving his dozer over, so I'm very, very excited. This is the first big thing that I needed to get done so I can move out here. I've been, you know, chipping away at the camper and getting the camper ready, but this is the other big thing that I needed to do. I can't move out here without having a space for the camper or the dogs. It just wouldn't work. So this is my big thing. And then once the camper and the solar is all hooked up, I'll be able to move it out here after I get the dog runs. So the next big thing for the property is getting the fencing up for the dogs. And then at home, to move everything out here, is getting the camper completely ready for off-grid living. So when he pulls up, it's a little windy out here. When he pulls up, I will shoot a video of his dozer coming in here and breaking ground. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, well, let's brief hold and we'll jump right into that, because what is gonna be 15 to 20 minutes for me will be a couple of seconds for you. Here he comes. I am so stinking excited. Oh, he's almost here, he's almost here, he's almost here. So this is what he was able to do for me today for $500. I feel like I got my money's worth. And then I have this big long driveway. My car is parked in the cul-de-sac. Alright guys, so I am back out here. He just got done. When I pulled up, he was pulling out. I guess he was taking photos for me to send to me. So I had really good timing. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The area that he cleared is a bit bigger than what I had expected, which is really nice. So it's about 10,000 square feet, not including the driveway. It's a little bit under, I think, 11,000 square feet. So not bad. It's about 106 by 102 feet, I believe. Super, super exciting. And I have a nice long driveway. I downloaded a tape measure app, so my measurements might be a little bit off, but my tape measure is only 25 feet, so there was no way it was going to work out here. So, oh, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Next project is going to be digging the posts like I talked about, to kind of fence everything off. I don't know where out here I want my camper and the dog runs, so I need to kind of figure that out. I think I have some spray paint in the car right now, so I can kind of get a feel for things. The dog runs I want to make about 20 by 40 feet long, and I like to have them next to each other or at least kind of close to one another, but not close enough that the dogs will bother each other. So I don't know, maybe one on each corner. I haven't really decided yet. And then my camper is going to be kind of away. Yeah, there's so much to figure out. Like, do I want the camper in the middle? Do I want the camper against one of the sides? Like, what do I want to do? I have a bunch of stuff I will be able to burn. I have this pile back here that I'll be able to burn, so I have lots of firewood. So over here is one of my piles. So back here I have one of my piles that I can burn. Gosh, it's a... So thorns aside, I will be able to pull from there and start burning. I am just in love with all of this space. I'll have to be a little smart about where I put the dog runs, so that way a semi would have the capability of turning around out here. So I have to keep that in mind when I build everything. But I think this is gonna work out really, really well. Yeah, I'm very excited. If you have not done so already, please do subscribe. Have a lot of stuff going on. You're not gonna wanna miss it. I'm basically building an off-grid homestead from scratch. So there's gonna be a lot to learn. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes along the way, I'm sure. But it is extremely exciting. And I hope you will stay tuned and watch as we get this thing up off the ground and get moved out here. I'm hoping to be completely moved out here next month at the latest. So I have somebody coming and look at my camper the 5th of March just to look everything over, make sure everything looks good before I come out here. And after that, I should be able to come out here. I'm gonna come out here the next few weeks and build my dog runs, put the posts in, concrete, put up the fencing, that kind of stuff. And we'll kind of go from there. Very exciting stuff.